Here's something most people don't realize. Your liver isn't just a detox organ. It's one of the most metabolically active and neurologically influential organs in your entire body. It plays a major role in how your brain functions, how your energy levels feel, how your hormones behave, and how efficiently your body burns fat. Now, here's the kicker. You can have excess fat building up in your liver without ever feeling it. No pain, no symptoms, but behind the scenes, it's quietly wrecking your metabolism, slowing your fat burning capacity, driving fatigue, brain fog, even insulin resistance. And it's affecting more people than ever before, not just those with obesity, diabetes, or alcohol use. Even lean, seemingly healthy individuals in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are developing what researchers call non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD. In fact, 1 in 3 adults globally now has it. Most don't know. Here's where it gets practical. The liver is incredibly responsive to behavior change. Even small strategic interventions, done consistently, can start reversing fat accumulation in the liver in a matter of weeks. And today we're going to talk about one of the simplest and most effective tools that science has uncovered: drinking just one specific cup per day. Not a pill, not a cleanse. A cup of something that directly improves how your liver processes fat, reduces inflammation, and kickstarts better metabolic function. We'll break this down into 6 key insights, each one grounded in research, explained in clear terms, and made actionable with real-life tools you can start using immediately. You'll understand what's happening in your liver when fat builds up, what triggers it, and most importantly, what removes it step by step. Whether you're trying to lose weight, boost energy, think more clearly, or prevent long-term health issues, this matters. Your liver is a central hub for all of it. So let's get into the science. Let's make it actionable. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do, why it works, and how to start today. You can be thin, eat reasonably well, even exercise, and still have too much fat building up in your liver. And unlike fat under your skin, this kind of fat is metabolically active in the worst way. It disrupts everything from insulin sensitivity to cholesterol levels, to how your body processes toxins and stores energy. Here's what the research shows. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD, now affects about 1 in 3 adults globally, but most of them have no symptoms. No pain, no outward signs. The liver doesn't have pain receptors like other organs, so you can be deep into metabolic dysfunction and still feel fine on the surface. That's why it's sometimes called a silent epidemic. Now, what's actually happening inside your liver when fat starts to accumulate? Your liver is supposed to filter toxins, regulate hormones, and break down fats into usable energy. But when it's overwhelmed, either by excess sugar, processed food, alcohol, or even chronic stress, fat begins to get stored inside liver cells. This isn't just passive storage. That fat starts producing inflammatory molecules called cytokines. These trigger low-grade chronic inflammation throughout your entire body. Your immune system gets activated, insulin resistance goes up, and your brain starts feeling the effects: fatigue, brain fog, mood dips. One of the key culprits here is a process called de novo lipogenesis. That's the scientific term for how your liver converts excess carbs, especially fructose, into fat. Unlike glucose, which most of your cells can use directly for energy, fructose is metabolized almost entirely in the liver. When there's too much of it, your liver turns it straight into fat. This is one reason sugary drinks are so strongly linked to liver fat. But it's not just about sugar. Even seemingly healthy people can trigger this process if they're eating erratically, not sleeping well, or exposing themselves to constant low-grade stress. All of that raises cortisol, which makes your liver more likely to store fat. Here's the good news. The liver is incredibly adaptive. It can regenerate itself. Studies show that even modest behavior changes, like switching one daily beverage, improving sleep quality, or eating within a time-restricted window, can lead to measurable reductions in liver fat within weeks. So this isn't about perfection, it's about precision. Knowing what's actually happening under the surface gives you the leverage to act strategically. And that's exactly what we'll get into next, including the 1 cup a day that can help flip this entire process in the other direction. So what sips the drink? It's a daily cup of green tea, specifically high EGCG green tea. And no, this isn't a vague wellness recommendation. There's real science behind it. Let's break it down. Green tea contains a group of antioxidants called catechins, and the most powerful one is EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. In several clinical trials, EGCG has been shown to reduce liver fat, improve liver enzyme levels, and even enhance insulin sensitivity. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who consumed green tea extract over 12 weeks had significantly less liver fat, independent of weight loss. Another study in hepatology research showed that green tea helped reduce oxidative stress and fat accumulation in liver tissue. So what's happening in your body when you drink green tea? First, EGCG directly inhibits the process we talked about earlier, de novo lipogenesis. That's the liver's conversion of excess sugar into fat. When EGCG is circulating in your system, it acts like a brake on that process. Less fat gets made. Less fat gets stored. Second, green tea enhances fat oxidation, which means it helps your body burn stored fat more efficiently, especially in the liver. In some studies, green tea increased resting energy expenditure by 3 to 4%, which might sound small, but over time that shift adds up. Third, EGCG improves mitochondrial function inside liver cells. Mitochondria are the energy factories in your cells. When they work better, your liver doesn't just filter blood, it becomes metabolically active in clearing out excess fat and toxins. Think of it like upgrading your liver's internal engine. Timing matters too. One of the best times to drink green tea is in the morning, ideally 30 to 60 minutes after waking, but before or with your first meal. That's when your body is already primed for fat oxidation. You're in a slightly fasted state, cortisol levels are naturally higher, and insulin is still low, meaning green tea's fat-burning effects are amplified. You don't need to overdo it. Just 1 to 2 cups a day, ideally brewed, not bottled, is enough to deliver the catechins your liver needs. If caffeine is a concern, there are low caffeine or decaffeinated options that still contain high levels of EGCG. Now, if this insight is helping you, consider subscribing. We dive deep into the science behind simple protocols like this, so you can take control of your health with clarity, not guesswork. And here's the takeaway. This isn't about hacks. It's about consistency. One small shift, 1 cup per day, done consistently, changes your internal chemistry. It signals your liver to burn fat instead of store it. It calms inflammation. It restores function. And over time, that one habit ripples outward into how you think, how you feel, how you age. In the next section, we'll look at how liver function connects directly to your brain health, including cravings, mood, and focus, and why getting your liver right is one of the most underrated ways to upgrade your mind. You might not think of your liver when your energy crashes mid-afternoon, or when your mood dips without warning, or when you reach for that sugary snack at 9 p.m. But what's going on in your liver has a surprisingly powerful effect on your brain. Here's steps why. The liver and brain are in constant biochemical conversation. This is called the liver-brain axis, a two-way signaling network involving hormones, inflammatory messengers, and metabolic byproducts. When your liver is storing excess fat and struggling to keep up with its cleanup duties, those signals start to shift, and your brain feels it. Let's look at dopamine, the neurotransmitter that regulates motivation, drive, and reward. When the liver is inflamed or overburdened, it sends out pro-inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and IL-6. These molecules travel to the brain and interfere with dopamine signaling. The result? Less focus, lower motivation, a kind of mental flatness that's hard to shake. And ironically, this also increases your cravings, especially for fast dopamine triggers like sugar, caffeine, and processed carbs. Have you noticed how it's harder to focus or resist temptation when your sleep's been off, or after a few days of eating poorly? That's not just a willpower issue, that's your liver struggling to regulate key neurotransmitters. Another angle is blood sugar stability. Your liver plays a major role in regulating glucose. When fat builds up in the liver, it doesn't respond well to insulin, so blood sugar becomes more volatile. This leads to highs and crashes that directly affect your brain's fuel supply. That's one reason people with fatty liver often report brain fog, irritability, or wired and tired energy. Here's what the research shows. Studies and frontiers in neuroscience in Nature Reviews, endocrinology, have found strong links between liver inflammation and mood disorders, including depression and anxiety. And these effects are independent of weight or age, meaning you can feel mentally off because your liver is off, even if everything else seems okay. But here's the opportunity. Cleaning up your liver isn't just a metabolic upgrade, it's a neurochemical reset. When you reduce inflammation in the liver, your dopamine pathways start to recover. Your cravings go down, focus goes up, you feel more emotionally stable and resilient. A simple tool to apply is this. When you feel a mood dip or craving hit, try this protocol. Pause, hydrate, green tea, walk. Just those 4 steps. Rehydrate your system, reintroduce EGCG, and move your body gently. That combo signals the liver to burn rather than store, stabilizes blood sugar, and interrupts the craving loop. What this really means is your mind and mood aren't just shaped by your brain, they're shaped by what your liver is telling your brain every hour of the day. When your liver is inflamed, your brain is inflamed. But when you nourish and support your liver, your mental clarity starts to return, and so does your capacity for self-control. In the next section, we'll go one layer deeper into how to prime your liver for fat burning every morning, using a rhythm your body already runs on your circadian clock. Your liver isn't just sitting there filtering blood 24/7. It actually runs on a biological clock, one that's synced to light, food, movement, and even temperature. Like your brain and gut, your liver has its own circadian rhythm. And the timing of your habits, especially in the morning, can either help your liver burn fat or push it further into storage mode. Here's what the research shows. Your liver is most metabolically active in the first half of the day. That's when it's primed to burn fat, regulate glucose efficiently, and clean up leftover waste products from the previous night. But it only does this well if it's given the right zeitgebers, or time cues. Let's build a morning protocol around that. Step 1. Get bright light within 30 minutes of waking. This isn't just for mood or sleep. Morning light tells your hypothalamus to set the circadian clock for the whole body. That includes your liver. In a study published in Cell Metabolism, researchers found that timed light exposure helps synchronize peripheral organs like the liver to the brain's master clock. This alignment improves metabolic efficiency across the board. Step 2. Hydrate before you caffeinate. A lot of people roll straight into coffee, but if your liver's been fasting overnight, it needs water to activate bile flow, blood circulation, and enzymatic activity. A full glass of water with a pinch of mineral salt or a squeeze of lemon first thing acts like a switch, turning on detox and digestion. Step 3. Delay your first calorie by at least 60 minutes. Why? Because fasting during that early morning window, when cortisol is naturally elevated, enhances fat oxidation, especially in the liver. This short, strategic fast, sometimes called a circadian fast, trains your body to burn fat as a default fuel before food comes in. You don't need to fast until noon. Just pushing your first bite to 9 or 10 a.m. can make a real difference. Step 4. Add movement. Even a short walk, 5 to 10 minutes, boosts blood flow to the liver, activates lipase enzymes which break down fat, and improves insulin sensitivity. One study in diabetology showed that light morning movement significantly improved liver enzyme profiles in people with NFLD even without weight loss. And finally, that cup of green tea we talked about earlier, this is the perfect moment to drink it. After water, before your first meal. It extends the fasted state just a little longer while feeding your liver with EGCG, the compound that helps block new fat formation and speeds up fat breakdown. If this kind of protocol resonates with you, consider subscribing. We go deep into the science, not for the sake of theory, but so you can use it to feel better, live sharper, and stay strong as you age. Here's the takeaway. It's not just what you eat, it's when you do it. The liver listens to time, and by aligning your morning habits with your body clock, you create a powerful daily reset. Your fat metabolism improves, your energy feels steadier, and your liver starts doing what it was built to do: clean, burn, and restore. Next up, we'll flip the script and look at what not to drink. The common beverages that quietly fuel liver fat and what to swap in instead. If 1 cup a day can help remove fat from your liver, there are also drinks doing the exact opposite, fueling fat accumulation, inflammation, and metabolic dysfunction. The problem is, most of these don't look harmful on the surface. They're marketed as healthy, natural, or refreshing, but they quietly overload your liver, especially when consumed daily. Let's start with the biggest culprit, fructose-sweetened beverages. That includes regular soda, obviously, but also fruit juices, vitamin waters, sports drinks, iced teas, and even some kombuchas. The key issue here isn't just sugar, it's fructose. Unlike glucose, which your muscles and brain can use for energy, fructose is metabolized almost entirely in the liver, and when there's too much of it, your liver converts it straight into fat through de novo lipogenesis. A study published in Hepatology found that consuming just 1 to 2 servings of fructose-sweetened drinks per day was strongly associated with increased liver fat, even in people with no other risk factors. This is part of why NFLD is rising in children and lean adults alike. It's not about total calories, it's about where those calories hit metabolically. What's tricky is that natural drinks aren't off the hook. A glass of orange juice, for example, contains about 25 grams of sugar, most of it fructose. That's the equivalent of 6 teaspoons in one go, without any fiber to slow absorption. Your liver sees that as a spike, and spikes trigger fat storage. Another category to watch: alcohol. Even moderate drinking, like 1 or 2 glasses of wine a night, can impair fat metabolism in the liver. When alcohol is in your system, your liver has to prioritize breaking it down, which puts fat processing on hold. Over time, this backup leads to accumulation. Now, for the solution, swap those drinks for options that hydrate, nourish, and support the liver's detox pathways instead of overwhelming them. A few powerful alternatives: brewed green tea, as we've discussed, high in EGCG. Lemon water helps stimulate bile flow and alkalize digestion. Dandelion root tea, a natural diuretic that supports liver and kidney detox. Electrolyte water, especially with magnesium and potassium, helps support mitochondrial function inside liver cells. And if you want something with a little flavor or fizz, go for unsweetened sparkling water with real lime or herbs like mint or ginger. These give your brain the pleasure cue of carbonation without the metabolic cost. Here's a simple framework. If it's sweet and liquid and doesn't have fiber, it probably stresses your liver. If it's bitter, sour, or mineral-rich, it likely supports it. That one switch from daily sweetened drinks to liver-supportive ones might be the biggest quiet win for your metabolism, because the liver doesn't complain loudly, but it responds quickly. Give it a break and it will start clearing out fat, balancing hormones, and improving energy almost immediately. In the final core section, we'll talk about a weekly ritual that helps your liver reset and recover, using a protocol that's both ancient and evidence-based. If daily habits shape your baseline, then weekly rituals create the deeper shifts, the ones that rewire how your body and brain operate long-term. And when it comes to liver health, there's one tool that stands out: a once-a-week 16 to 18-hour fast paired with targeted hydration and gentle movement. This isn't set extreme. It's set strategic. Fasting, when done occasionally and properly, triggers a powerful cellular cleanup process called autophagy. During this state, your body breaks down old or damaged components, including fatty deposits in the liver. It also resets insulin sensitivity, reduces inflammation, and encourages the liver to switch from fat storage mode to fat burning mode. Research in Cell Metabolism and the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that intermittent fasting can significantly reduce liver fat and improve markers of liver function, even without weight loss. The key is consistency, not intensity. Here is steps, a simple weekly protocol. Step 1. Choose your day. Pick one day a week when your schedule is lighter. Sunday or Monday often works well. The goal is to fast for 16 to 18 hours, from say 7 p.m. the night before to 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. the next day. Step 2. Start your fast with intention. After your last meal, the night before, hydrate. You can drink water with electrolytes, unsweetened herbal teas, or green tea. The goal is to give your liver time to clear out glucose, then tap into stored fat without new input. Step 3. Move. Don't sit. During the fasted window, include light activity, a 10-minute walk, some stretching, even light housework. This movement increases blood flow to the liver, helping it process fats more efficiently. In fact, low-intensity movement while fasted enhances AMPK activation, a key enzyme that signals the body to burn fat and repair tissue. Step 4. Break the fast clean. When it's time to eat, break your fast with a liver-supportive meal, lean protein like eggs or salmon, fiber like greens or avocado, and healthy fats like olive oil or walnuts. Skip the sugar and refined carbs. You don't want to shock your system with a spike. What this ritual really does is give your liver breathing room, a metabolic timeout. One day where it doesn't have to manage constant incoming fuel. One day where it can shift into repair and regeneration. And beyond the biochemistry, there's the behavioral benefit. Doing this weekly builds confidence, structure, and momentum. It's a signal to your body that you're in charge of the inputs, not just reacting to cravings, energy dips, or emotional eating. It also trains your brain to feel what clarity and lightness feel like, both mentally and physically, when your liver isn't weighed down. That sensation becomes its own kind of motivation. Over time, this single habit done just once a week can help reverse years of subtle metabolic stress. It's not a magic bullet, but it's one of the closest things we have to a real reset. Let's zoom out. Your liver isn't just a detox organ, it's your body's metabolic command center. It filters toxins, processes hormones, regulates blood sugar, manufactures cholesterol, and breaks down fat. It even communicates with your brain to influence energy, mood, and motivation. When liver fat builds up, often silently, that entire system starts to jam. Fatigue creeps in, cravings get stronger, focus slips, blood sugar swings, and over time, the risk for diabetes, heart disease, and cognitive decline grows. But the liver is also one of the most resilient and responsive organs in the human body. That's the part most people don't realize. It can regenerate itself, it can shed excess fat, it can bounce back fast when given the right signals. And those signals don't require expensive treatments, extreme diets, or complicated routines. They come from simple, evidence-based shifts. Understanding that even lean individuals can have too much liver fat and that it matters. Drinking just one daily cup of green tea rich in EGCG to block new fat storage and enhance liver fat oxidation. Aligning your morning habits, light exposure, hydration, fasting, movement to your circadian rhythm, so your liver operates when it's most metabolically efficient. Cutting out fructose-sweetened drinks, the stealth drivers of liver fat, and replacing them with bitter, mineral-rich, or herbal alternatives that actually support detox and metabolism. And finally, implementing a once-a-week fasted reset, a gentle 16 to 18-hour pause that gives your liver space to burn, repair, and regenerate. Each of these tools works on its own, but together they form a powerful system, one that you can build into your life without friction. And this isn't just about liver numbers on a lab test. It's about your brain working better, your body feeling lighter, your choices becoming clearer. It's about reclaiming energy, not in a hyped-up, caffeinated way, but in a deep, grounded, stable way. So here's your challenge. Start with one cup of green tea tomorrow morning, or one walk in a fasted state, or one sugary drink swapped for lemon water. Just one. Because when you give your liver even a little bit of breathing room, it starts to respond. And once you feel that shift in focus, energy, or sleep, it becomes easier to keep going. And if this resonated with you, if you're someone who wants to understand your body better and use real science to feel stronger, sharper, and more in control, then consider liking this video, dropping a comment, or subscribing. This channel exists for people like you, people who don't want hype or shortcuts, but actual tools rooted in neuroscience, biology, and behavioral change. Together, we're building a community that values clarity, health, and growth. Take care of your liver, and it will take care of you.